Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Today we are going to have an oil change. But first, if you're not yet a subscriber, please subscribe to get notified of my future uploads. And by subscribing, you're also supporting my channel. Okay, so the first material that you're going to use is the replacement oil. So Corolla 9th generation uses 5W30 viscosity of oil. So I have here with me 5 genuine Toyota Corolla motor oil that I bought online. This one is just a spare. These two are just a spare. Now these 4 will go right there. Our Corolla requires 3.9 liters of engine oil, so that should be enough. The next part that we are gonna need is the oil filter. Whenever you change your oil, change also your oil filter. Here is the brand new oil filter. Those are the basic parts that you need. Now we need some tools to do to carry on the job. The first tool is to have a box wrench, a ratchet, or an open wrench for the head screw, which is 14 millimeters. So you need any of those to remove the bolt, the drain plug bolt. Another tool that you're going to use is the so-called oil filter wrench. This wrench is necessary for you to be able to remove the installed oil filter on the engine. Just in case I need cleaning, I also have this brake cleaner with me. I also have jack stands here with me to raise the front portion of the car so that I can fit underneath the car properly. Together with the jack stand is the scissors jack and its key right over there. If you are a DIYer like me, chances are you don't have the enough tools for the job. So I don't have anything to cover my back while I'm lying down underneath the car. So I'll just use the normal recycled packaging and use this as my back cushion. Of course, I will also need a rag to wipe oil right there. Okay, so I also recommend that you have gloves to protect your hand. I recommend rubber ones, but unfortunately I don't have that right now, so I will just do this activity with my bare hands. Another tool that we're going to use is a oil catch pan. So I don't have the commercial version of an oil catch pan, so I just made one DIY straight from an old empty gallon of coolant, and I think it's enough to hold all the engine oil that will come out from the engine, because this one is 4 liters. Now let us start. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do is to put a jack underneath there to raise the front of the car a little bit so that we can fit underneath the car. And for that purpose, we're going to use the 2 jack stands and the scissor jack that came with the car. Okay, so now that we have raised the car, it's time to open the hood. Now let's loosen the engine oil cap. It's now loose. It's time for us to go underneath the car. We're underneath the car. This one is the oil filter right here. This one is the oil pan, and this is the drain plug. Alright, so this is the plug that we are going to remove to release the old oil.
A few minutes later.
This is the oil filter. You can see you can turn it by hand, so let us use the tool that we bought. It's coming now. It's going. Okay. Okay, if we remove this one, it will leak oil, so be sure that the drain pan is below it. Okay, I'll just do it a little cool. Now I'm going to wet the gasket with engine oil like this. I don't know if you can see it. Okay, so let us screw in the new oil filter. Okay, so I think it's enough. So we have installed the oil filter, we have installed the drain plug bolt, so it's time for us to go on the top of the engine. Okay, so now that the car is level on the ground, it's time for us to top up the engine oil. It's time for us to put the new engine oil in the engine. But first, let us prepare first the engine oils. Okay, so the refill oil refill port is dirty, so I will return first the oil filler plug, and then I'm going to wipe the surrounding of that hole. This is the fourth and the last bottle. I will not pour everything inside it, because I have to leave a certain amount of liquid inside. We still have at least a third. Now let's check the dipstick. Okay, so the dipstick is now telling us that the engine oil level is close to the full mark, as you can see, but that level will change once the engine has started up. Okay, so there's little dot here. This is the full mark, this is the low mark. You should not overfill the engine oil. The engine oil should only sit in between the low mark and the high mark. Now that the engine oil has been topped up, we have to start the engine so that the engine oil will spread.
A few minutes later.
Okay, so let's pull the dipstick again. Oil is sitting just between the high mark and the low mark. So I want the oil to be a little closer here at the top, a little closer at the full mark, so that in case that it will burn a little oil, it has lots of leverage to do so. And there you go. If you have learned something from me today, please subscribe and please support our channel Corolla 9th. This channel is only dedicated to maintaining Corolla 9th generation, so Toyota Corolla models 2001 up to early 2007.